Today, we will talk about how to forecast sales for a new product. Let's have a look at the details. Forecasting demand and revenues for new variants of existing products is difficult enough. But forecasting for radically innovative products in emerging new categories is an entirely different ballgame. There are no past trends to reassuringly extrapolate into the future, just a ton of uncertainty about whether the latent demand that the marketing folks suggested securing the R&D funding is real or not. Step 1. Make it a collaborative effort. Identify a handful of key people from marketing, sales, operations, and relevant technical departments and form a working group. This core team will be responsible for developing and managing the forecasting process through the launch period until demand planning becomes more predictable. Step 2. Identify and agree upon the assumptions. Collectively review all the available qualitative and quantitative data from market research, market testing, and buyer surveys. Use the data to identify a set of assumptions that can form the basis of a forecasting model. Step 3. Build granular models. Not all consumers will purchase a new product at the same rate. Some may be prepared to queue all night around the block to get their hands on it, but others will want to wait for subsequent versions when any unforeseen bugs are fixed and prices are typically lower. Step 4. Use flexible time periods. Sales over the first few days and weeks in the life of any new product need to be carefully monitored, as they will quickly show how demand is likely to grow in the future. So although the sales and finance function may only be interested in monthly data, it pays to develop detailed daily forecasts for the first quarter against which to track actual sales. Step 5. Generate a range of forecasts. Run through a number of iterations, changing various assumptions and probabilities in the model to generate a range of forecasts. This is easily done if a modeling solution that can be recalculated in real time is deployed as internal experts, and business leaders can generate and test alternative scenarios on the fly. Step 6. Deliver the outputs that users need quickly. In new product launch planning, agreements may have been reached with a number of suppliers to deliver rapid replenishment designed to prevent stockouts in the most uncertain period immediately after the launch. Step 7. Combine different techniques. Bottom-up modeling based on purchasing intentions is not the only method available for forecasting demand for new products. In some markets, such as technology and consumer electronics, products can go through an entire life cycle in a matter of months. Such narrow windows of opportunity make it vitally important to assess demand as accurately as possible. Step 8. Reality check the forecast. Whenever reliable data exists, always check the forecast against the sales evolution of comparable products to see if it is realistic. Step 9. Reforecast, and reforecast some more. Diligently monitor sales and qualitative feedback such as product reviews, media mentions, and customer feedback, and agree with the members of the working group on how the assumptions in the model might need to change. If it's appropriate, reforecast daily. Step 10. Be prepared to cut your losses. Finally, always have a contingency plan. A high proportion of new products fail, and it is better to pull the plug on an ailing new product that is unlikely to achieve a viable level of profitability at the earliest opportunity. So quantify and agree on what level of sales penetration constitutes failure well before the product launch. That way, the decision will be swift and the existing stock can be quickly and cost-efficiently depleted. Thanks for watching this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel if you like our videos.